All right, guys, what is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's actually my daughter's name, and I always tell her, what does your name mean? And now that she's older, she knows exactly what her name means. So when we're talking about faith in the substance of things hoped for, what can we see? Can we see the wind blow? But we know that it does because we can feel it, and it moves things, and we can feel its presence. Has any man ever seen God? No. But he that cometh unto God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So, yes, faith is the substance. And we who believe in Jesus Christ know that he is because we feel the power of his presence in every aspect and area of our lives. I pray that you get to know him like I know him, because truly he is love and he loves you and me. So as we talk about faith being the substance of things hoped for, I'm about to embark on a very faithful project today, and I'm going to have to rely upon his strength, courage, mercy, all those things, because I absolutely do not know what I'm doing, but I have faith that God is able. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I have to believe that. And if I can believe that, then truly all things become possible. Let's go. So what are we doing today? Well, I pulled the fenders off of the NotchO Fox, and you're going to notice something else. Well, not in this picture. The other fender is still on over there. You're probably thinking, where is the hood that you purchased? Well, I got that hood on there. I looked at it again, and when it all comes down to it, I wanted a new hood, and I wanted a metal hood. So for now, we do not have a hood on the car, but we're doing something else very, very special today. I told you we were going to do something with those fenders. I actually had a guy come by earlier, and he purchased one of the originals, the driver's side. So now I've only got 3 fenders left. I got a really almost perfect passenger side, and I have also the original passenger side sitting over there. So if you want that fender, you better come on and get it. $25 a piece. You can't beat that. So anyway, let's get busy on the video. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're probably wondering, what in the world is he doing today? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Sitting before you is the driver's side fender from Project NotchO. So what are we up to? Well, one of the things that we have experienced through the process of getting the first fenders, which we sold, which we would have had to do anyway, based on everything that has transpired since then, we have found out that process of taking the fenders on and off, on and off, on and off, they tend to end up getting scratches in them, and what we want to do is protect them. But I thought we might do something just a little bit different. One of the things that I've told you guys that when we picked a color earlier in the history of this project, I wanted to try something just a little bit different. Because truth be known, I'm most likely not going to be able to paint this vehicle prior to putting the engine in. And I want to somewhat keep it protected and absolutely actually make it look better on the outside. So what do we have? Some of you guys who have tuned into my channel for a longer period of time know that I have done some vinyl wrapping. I have cut my own vinyl stripes on the Maverick, and I also did, which is not on any video, I did carbon fiber stripes on my 2016 Mustang GT Performance Pack. So what are we going to do? We're going to wrap, starting with these two front fenders. Now, I've wrapped simple shapes. This is going to be a little more complex because you have the rounded area around the fenders, and I am not a professional wrapper, but what I am is very enthusiastic and I'm willing to learn. So we purchased some wrap. I also have some tools that I also purchased to get the job done, some squeegees, knives, all the things that you need to be able to do a wrap. Also, I had a heat gun, and what we're going to do first before we do anything else is wipe all of this down with some alcohol to get any contaminants off. And thank God these fenders are already E-coated black, so it's very smooth. That's one thing you should know. If you're going to wrap anything, the part that you're going to wrapping is going to show everything that's on that surface, whether it's a piece of dirt or anything, through the wrap. So still has to be straight, still has to be clean. So even on our car, if we decide to wrap the entire thing, which is not out of the equation yet, but there will be some places that we'll have to do some body work, and you'll see something about that probably in the next video. So let's get busy wiping this down. Yes, once we got everything wiped down, we had to unroll and unwrap the vinyl wrap, and they had it very well wrapped up. Took me a good time to get all of this, all the tape off of this stuff. But once it's rolled up like that, it's hard to get that roll to lay out flat. But we were able to get it. So I got it all unwrapped, and then we got measurement. These rolls come in 5 feet by, so 5 feet by 10, 20, whatever you need. Generally, a whole car would be a 5 by at least 39 or 49 feet. So we got a 5 by 10 foot roll, which is more than enough to do the front two fenders. So once we got it all cut, I cut it 5 by 4, which gave me, basically another 5 by 6 sheet. And we got it laid out. We tried to get it based on what I saw on YouTube and the internet, is you start in the middle and kind of work your way out. I could not get this first piece to lay flat to save my life. Would it have been easier to lay this out on the car? Maybe so. But I have noticed that a lot of guys will use 2 people initially to get it straightened out. So we lifted, pulled, and did all the things that we knew how to do. And this first piece laid out pretty good, but I did struggle on the last piece closest to the chair you see in the corner. When I got down there, I had wrinkles galore. And I worked it, and I worked it, and I worked it. It took me way longer than I thought that it would. I have much respect for you guys who do vehicle vinyl wraps. So we took the heat gun down there. I had seen how if you were heated up, you could get some of the wrinkles out. And I did certainly use the heat gun, and it was beneficial. Yeah, but I still was not quite comfortable doing this whole project, because one thing, when you have your fender off of the car, when you go to pull up, the whole fender moves, so then you're fighting the vinyl, and it was just not let's just say it was not an ideal situation. I think when I wrapped the passenger side fender, I'll probably leave the fender on the car. That way it'll be easier for me to get to. At least I hope so. We'll see. Yeah, it was a struggle, but I did learn some things. I learned a lot about this film and what it takes to get things to lay out flat. One of the things that I was not aware of, as I'm putting down this wrap, I'm thinking, man, I'm scratching this stuff up even with the felt covered squeegee, and I'm like, this is gonna look terrible. It has so many scratches in it. But what I found out later, because I kept looking at it, I said, it seems like there's another coating on the outside, and there actually is. Once you lay it all out and get it just about where you want it completely, then you can pull off the protective coating. Now, maybe that's the wrong order. Maybe some people pull it off before that, but it worked fine for me. Did I make some mistakes? Surely. In this piece down toward the end, I worked it and worked it and worked it, and I could not get the wrinkles out all the way. Matter of fact, I started getting some creasing in the material. So I said, you know what? I'm going to move over to the other side and see if I can give it a go over there for a while, because I'm getting frustrated. And when I get frustrated, I do not work well. Yeah, it would be nice to have another pair of hands, but hey, this is what we do. But you know, I can say this, it was certainly an adventure and one I will not forget. I will definitely leave myself plenty of time. As I will mention later in this video, it took all of 2 hours to do one fender. There's a lot of pushing, pulling, straightening, and all those things like that. Once I got over to the other side, I started working the material into the curved area, and I started to find some success. I was able to remove part of the wrap material from the round area of the fender, and it made it a lot easier to work with. So I started finding out some of the tricks that I had seen on YouTube. And I will say this, you can watch somebody else do it all day, but until you get in there, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Is mine perfect? No, but I can say that I am a better person for having at least attempted this myself. So yeah, next time hopefully will be easier, but we do have to get some experience with these type things. It's not done overnight. You know what they say, you gotta, if first you don't succeed, try again. Okay guys, this is the finished product. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But then we didn't expect to get it perfect on the very first time that we have done a wrap. Did I learn some things? Absolutely, I learned a lot of things. One, there's a protective plastic film on the outside. I'm sitting there putting the wrap on, and I'm thinking, what in the world? This stuff is scratching all up and it's going to look terrible. Then when I started looking, I'm like, oh wow, I forgot it has the protective plastic film on the outside. To me, if I were painting a fender, it would not turn out this good because I'm not a painter. Neither am I a rapper of sorts, but I can say this. For my very first time doing any wrap at all, as far as covering complete parts, I think it came out fantastic. So now, is this the color that I'm going to go with for the Fox body? I don't know. You see, now I have a better perspective on wrap, the colors, what it's going to look like, and what this color will look like on my car. Am I going to ultimately make the whole car this color? I don't know. Maybe so. In which case I would have to probably, if I'm nitpicking, I'd probably do this fender over. But I'm going to have a lot, I think, easier time on the passenger side now that I've done this one. But let me tell you what, all you guys who do wrap, automotive vinyl wrap, I have much respect for you, because that is some serious skill that is necessary. So you guys who looking at me and thinking, oh, well, if he did it, well, I wouldn't say that. That's why I didn't record a whole lot of me doing it, because I did a lot of stuff wrong. So I really couldn't be a tutorial. But there's a lot of people out there doing wraps on YouTube. So you can certainly look at what they are doing and either do it or don't. But you'll have an idea that, yeah, it takes a lot of time. This one fender probably cutting out everything, getting all tools together, wiping down, it probably took me 2 hours to do one fender. So yeah, there you go. But nevertheless, this is why we do it, so I can show you how to do or not do something, and you'll see how it turns out. So let's go outside and slide the fender up on the car, see what it looks like. Okay, here it is. I just slid it up onto the car just to get an idea what it looks like. It looks better than black. It looks better than those rough looking fenders that I had factory. Can you see all of the mistakes? If you get up really close, yeah, you can see I had a mishap here where we had to put in a you can't really see. Oh, you can only see that line. They didn't get that line cut very well, but there's a line that you can't see that goes all the way to the back. So yeah, you can actually fix stuff like that. But the main thing, the main goal of this was to protect the fenders from getting scratched while we are putting the car together, get a perspective on what color I may or may not want to use. So in that respect, it is a very big success. Am I going to wrap this whole car myself? That's certainly something to think about. If I were to try to wrap this car myself, I'm pretty confident that I could get it done. I probably use twice as much wrap as necessary, because I'd mess up and then I'd want to fix and pull the whole thing off and do it right. So at that point, maybe you call somebody who does these wraps and have them do it for you, pay somebody else to do it. I don't know. I know I'm not going to be able to paint the car, but maybe I can afford a wrap in this color. Maybe I'll do it myself. You'll just have to keep watching the videos and we'll figure that out together, because we're in this together. Project NotchO Fox. That's all for today. You all have a blessed day, and I will see you on the next one.